Allan at Allan's Masters Powerlifting. How's everybody doing tonight out there? Tonight I just did one exercise. Oh, no, wait, sorry, two exercises. I did seated pin press at about this height right here. Just about right here. 225 a 7, which was a personal record, and then 255 for a double. Another personal record. About 3 weeks ago, I couldn't even move 250, so that's encouraging. Then I dropped the pins down and I did 2 sets, 185, 1 for 9, and I kept hitting the upright. So then I moved the bench forward a little bit to prevent from doing that, and I did 10 of them, which is a personal record now for me, actually. 10. Kept getting 8, 8, 8, and then I got 9. I thought I did 10, but yeah, I was hitting the upright. You know, when you hit the upright, it kind of throws you off a little bit when you hit the upright on any kind of bench or shoulder press. Yeah, it can throw you off, that's for sure. How's everybody doing tonight? Another day of training, another day of sobriety. My weekend starts. I work Monday through Friday. Very rough week this week at work. Just a lot, very hard physical work, you know. Shoulder workout went good. 3. I actually hit 4 personal records on the shoulder presses. 4 PRs. First one was 225 for 7. Yeah, thank you, Scott. Yeah, I'm getting. I had 4 personal records on the shoulders today. The first one, a 1 rep PR on the 225. I got it for 7. And hello, hi. The second PR was 255 for a double. I couldn't even budge 250 3 weeks ago. Couldn't even budge it. So this time I got 255 for 2. I tried to get 3, but I couldn't lock out the third one. So that's pretty encouraging. All right, number 3 personal record, 185 for 9, a 1 rep PR. I ended up hit the upright a couple of times, probably more than once. Yeah, probably 2 or 3 times. So I moved my bench, which is right over here, this bench right here. I moved the bench forward a little bit to prevent me from hitting that, and I ended up getting 10. It really throws you off when you hit that, when you hit the upright on the bench, one of the uprights. It can really throw you off. Tomorrow, I'll probably do some squats tomorrow. You know, I haven't squatted this week yet. That's the next thing I have to do. Training's been going good. I deadlifted 500 pounds for the first time since June. Only my second deadlift workout since June, pretty much. Welcome, Brazil. Hi. Welcome from Scandinavia. I am from southeastern Massachusetts, near Boston. I've been to 3 Scandinavian countries and Finland. I was in Norway for a month. I've been to Sweden twice, and I've also been to Denmark a couple of times. And Finland, I've been there one time. Finland, very nice, all nice countries. What country are you from? I'm scared. Marina, what country are you from? I like Brazilian. Hello, Igor. Brazil, huh? Yep. I love Sepultura, the Brazilian heavy metal. That band called Sepultura. It's one of my favorite bands. Scott, okay, I've been to England twice, actually. Once since 1976 as a 8-year-old. And then I went again in 1993 in my mid-20s, 25 years old. Very beautiful country. I love England. I know it's changed a lot since I've been there. I guess there's a lot of... hey, welcome. Hi. How are you? There are a lot of Pakistanis now there. Am I right about that? I might be wrong. I don't know. A lot of foreigners have moved in. You didn't see that in 93 at all, really. You didn't see it. You see mostly just England, people from England, you know. Britons. You saw mostly Britons in '93 when I was in London, you know. Yeah, the countryside's very nice. Yeah, yeah, everything's changed, right? Okay. I've been to Israel once. I worked on a yacht, a private yacht, as a deckhand in '93, and in the early '90s I did that. And I've been to many countries on one of the yachts that I worked on. I spent almost a year over in Europe. So yeah, I've been to many countries, many countries. I've been all the way to St. Petersburg, Russia, and all the way from. Well, we took off from West Palm Beach. Well, no, I'm sorry. Forget Palm Beach, Florida. There's a difference between Palm Beach and West Palm Beach. I got a job on a 192-foot motor sailor as a deckhand. This is in my mid-20s, out of Palm Beach, Florida, and we went from Palm Beach, Florida to Jacksonville, more St. Augustine, I would say. Not quite in that town, but pretty close to the Georgia border. We had some work done at a boatyard there. And then we went to Newport, Rhode Island. And then from Newport, Rhode Island, we sailed right across to Southampton, England. And then from Southampton, England, we sailed to London. We spent about 3 weeks in London, maybe a month almost. Then we sailed across the Atlantic. I wouldn't say sailed, we motored. It was a motor sailor. We did a little bit of sailing on it, but not too much, you know. The yacht was 192 feet. It was a motor sailor. It had the Kamiwa, which are made in Sweden, jet engines, Kamiwa jet engines, jet drives, they're called jet drives. And it had 250-foot masts. It had the biggest multi-purpose spinnaker in the world, which is the front sail they put up, spinnaker. My favorite country to visit. Man, that's a good question. You know that? The most fun I had was in Amsterdam, I'd have to say. Yeah, you look like the you look like my granny. Yeah, I'm sure your granny cannot bench over 400 pounds unless your granny. What is your granny? A transvestite? Look at this. We got I Am Spirit. His poor granny. He's calling his grandmother a transsexual. Isn't that awful? He's calling his own grandmother a transsexual. Yeah, you should be nice to your elderly. I Am Spirit. Shouldn't be calling your own grandmother a transvestite or a transsexual. Very good question, though. What country, the best one? I probably had the most fun in Amsterdam, but too much weed there and partying. How much do I bench? First time I ever benched 405 was last year at 56 years old. Raw. I don't know how to even use a bench shirt. Close grip bench. That's my favorite. I don't do skull crushes because me personally, I'm not built for them. They fuck up my elbows. Um, 405 on the bench. That's what I bench. No, I didn't eat any of that. All I ate. I might have. Who the fuck knows? I was so high the whole time. I was there for a month. 1993. I did ecstasy one night. That was definitely a trip. Kind of drinking too much booze ruins the high, though. I drank too much booze. But yeah, let's see. Beautiful countries. Norway is very beautiful. I found it very beautiful in Norway. Sweden's very nice, beautiful. St. Petersburg, some good people there, but it was a very depressed time period in St. Petersburg, Russia. I was happy to get out of Turkey. That's one country I was glad to leave. I went to Turkey. We did the Mediterranean after that. Greece was beautiful, very nice. Yeah, I had a lot of fun. I had some scary moments when I almost got arrested in St. Petersburg, Russia, when I got drunk and got lost from the boat. I got lost for several hours from the yacht twice when I was there. Nobody spoke English there, to tell you where to go. Yeah, that was a definite trip. That's a whole story for a different. That can be a whole 40-minute video that night. But yeah, that was one of the jobs I had. One of the fun jobs. Yeah, it was pretty scary. Yeah, I was in St. Petersburg, Russia at the time. I might as well tell a little bit of it. And the Goodwill Games were going on at the time. They don't have them anymore, but they're kind of like the Olympic Games. They used to have them. It was a big ordeal in St. Petersburg. You had hot air balloons flying, big crowds of people at that time. And so I went out drinking with the crew, and we sat at this little bar, a little neighborhood bar in St. Petersburg, Russia. And I bought a bottle of Stoljevic. I think it only cost me $3 for one-fifth of a bottle about that big, I ended up finishing that bottle, and I started drinking with these Russian soldiers. And yeah, we were really hitting it off well. We were saluting to our new friendship. We were very friendly with Russia at the time, 1993, the Berlin Wall had fallen. So the next thing you know, I'm kind of in a blackout, gray out. I kind of remember bits and pieces. I'm on the subway train with these soldiers. Then I ended up leaving. I didn't trust it. I said, you know what? Let me go back to the boat. The buzz started wearing off. So I didn't know how to find the yacht. And I ended up walking in front of St. Petersburg police station. And the cops saw me there. They probably just wanted to me not to hurt myself because I was staggering around, So they sat me on this bench outside. And when they turned their heads in the crowd, something happened at the Goodwill Games was going on. I ended up running from them. I don't know if they chased me or not. They probably didn't, They probably didn't give a shit. I didn't do much anymore. I thought they were chasing me, so I ran and ran and ran. It seemed like miles. And by the end of the night, it was actually morning. It was about 6 o'clock in the morning. Another Russian policeman, St. Petersburg cop, he bought me breakfast. Gave me breakfast. I felt sorry for this poor son of a bitch. I looked like I got look what the cat dragged in, So I ended up. He could speak a little English. He goes, "Oh yeah, the yacht's right over there." And I had been walking around in circles for hours, all fucked up, on vodka, beers, you name it. So I ended up getting back to the yacht around 6 in the morning. I had to be on deck at 8. I ended up working that day, 8 hours on deck. And then I had to go to the, I lost my passport. That was another thing that night. I lost my it was in my leather jacket. So I had to go to the U.S. Embassy and get a passport. Good thing, you know what? It's a good thing I had an extra passport photo in my wallet. Some luck, boy, because they didn't have any photo place to get a photo there. They didn't even have ATM machines, nothing, So I ended up getting a passport, and the captain wasn't very happy, but that was that, That's my story. Then we went off to Finland after that. We took off to Finland. Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, people are people, wherever you go. People are people. There's good people, bad people. The government sucks over there in Russia, the government. Yes, I'm a power lifter. 40 different records in 2 different federations. State records, world records, and national records for 2 big federations. I'm also got inducted into the American Powerlifting Association Hall of Fame last winter. What else? I'm on Vincenello, who's a very famous powerlifter. I'm on his wall of iron. The wall of iron. 30 reps on the bench. You should be able to do over 400, 425, something like that. Yeah, that's basically what my max is, right around there. When I've done 30 reps. I did 30 reps on the bench at 56 years old. That's the most I've ever done, is 30 reps. And 315 for 13. Yeah, probably not a good idea if you had hernia surgery. Wait till you get nice and healed up, you know. But yeah, I've done 405 in competition, you know, raw. I don't even, you know, I have a Mad Dog slingshot. I have not used that in 5 years, no more than that, 6 years. I also have the Bench Daddy slingshot. I haven't used it in years and years. My first time I deadlifted 600 pounds, I was 54 years old. I did that. Deadlifted 600 pounds. That's pretty good. 17 is a good number. And you want to try to shoot for 20. That's what you got to do, you know. One rep at a time, man. Maybe the next week if you get 18. Those are some of my records over there. I have them on the walls, you know, in my gym. Some of my records right there. My records, some of them. My picture. Right there's another record over there. Yeah, there's pictures on the wall of me getting my getting inducted into the Powerlifting Hall of Fame. Yeah, I also my best competition squat was done 2 months ago. I did 535 pound squat in competition. That's my best one I ever did at 57 years old. I've benched 330 for 10. That was the best I ever did with 330 for 10. 335 for 9. You know, 350 for 7. I need to get that 8th rep. I like an even number, you know. I'm much more stronger than anyone here. Okay, well, that's good, man. Compete against yourself. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. That's my advice to people. Don't worry about what someone else is doing. Compete against yourself. Go in the gym. Try to beat yourself. Try to beat the last workout by 1 rep, by 5 pounds, whatever, you know. Yeah, right, exactly, JL. Fight with yourself. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Unless you're at a competition and you want to, you know, then you got to strategize if there's somebody in your class, you know. But even then, just do the best you can. Try to beat your own. Yeah, powerlifting's mostly about beating your own personal records, you know. You're fighting against yourself. If you end up doing that shit, like trying to chase somebody, you're going to end up getting injured, that's all. Just keep getting better, just like Scott said right there. Very good advice. You're gonna end up throwing your form off, you know. If you rush it too much, you're gonna end up fucking yourself up, getting injured. The form's gonna go. First thing that's gonna go is your form, because if you can't do something quite, you're gonna be using other muscles to do it, and the form's gonna be jacked up. You're gonna end up getting injured. And the thing about lifting is, it's forever, and you got to have a reason. Like if you ain't getting paid, don't chase numbers. Exactly right. You don't have to chase numbers. I do, because I'm a power lifter. So I've always been a numbers guy. When I was younger, I'm 57 now. I started lifting seriously, 57. Late in my 47th year, I started lifting seriously. So I was in my late 40s when I really started lifting. So I've been lifting steadily now for 10 years. It's been 10 years. So 10 years, I'm 57. Oh, okay, 38 years old. Boy, I wish I started then. I wish, yep. My first time I benched, I was 47, and I did 195 for like 4 or 5 on the bench. I was locked up at the time. I did my first year. I got sober 10 years and more than 10 years 8 months ago. I'm working on 10 years, and I think it's 10 years and 9 months now. So I'm getting up. I'm coming up on the 11th year of my sobriety, and I got sober, locked up. Thank you. I really appreciate it, Israel. Yep. Yeah, I got locked up when I was 46, and I did my. It was right before my 47th birthday, actually a couple of months before my 47th birthday, and I ended up doing 10 and a half months. So the first 10 and a half months of almost 11 years of sobriety, I was locked up. Thank you, I appreciate it. I got 2 years before that, I got caught with under 5 grams of methamphetamine, and they put me on real strict probation, but I wasn't done yet. I wasn't done using at that period. I wasn't ready to get sober. I should have gotten sober because I got put on that probation, but I didn't. So I ended up violating that and ended up having to do 10 and a half months. No, don't buy any natural test boosters. Don't quote me on that unless they come up with something, but most of the stuff is snake oil when it says natural test booster. In my opinion, someone might differ, they might get something out of it, but I never have. Seriously, about a year ago. All right, yeah, I learned my wife was pregnant. Nice, congratulations on your wife and your baby. Protein and pre-workout, that's it. I actually ran out of protein tonight, man. I gotta go get some more. Yes, I'm natural, yep. I'm sober too, man. I don't do any drugs. I don't care if somebody else does them, as long as it doesn't affect me. People can do what they want. I don't drink at all. I don't smoke. This is my thing right here, right in my little gym. Yeah, that's okay. My ex-girlfriend, who's my best friend now, it's funny, my ex-girlfriend's my best friend. She smokes all the time, doesn't bother me. I bought her weed for her birthday. I don't care what anybody else does. I can't, but you can. That's my motto. I can't do anything, but you can do whatever you want, It doesn't affect me. I don't need, I find that I will go back to my drugs of choice, which is alcohol and opioids, if I smoke weed. 405 bench raw, 600-pound deadlift, and overhead press. I guess tonight 255. I don't really do too much overhead press anymore like that. Like I don't do the standing one anymore. Don't forget I'm 57 years old. But I do a shoulder day every week though, and it's mostly dead stop pin press. It doesn't bother my shoulders. I don't get impingement. I did 225 for 7 dead stop pin press. Yeah, have a good night, Israel. God bless you. Yeah, 225 for 7 tonight. This is tonight. I did shoulders tonight on right here. Right here is where I did it. Right here. Right here. That's my setup right there. 225 for 7. 255 for double. Almost got 3. I couldn't lock out the third one. And 185. I took the pins down, and I did a couple of sets. One of 9 and one of 10. 110 reps. Yeah, it's hard to build the shoulders, man. I'll tell you what, it's not easy. Yeah. It does slow down. What you got to do, you just got to train smarter. You can't, like tonight, I used to, when I was younger, in my 40s, actually, late 40s, in my late 40s, I started training. I would do front shoulder presses, stand-in presses, dumbbell presses, side laterals, front laterals, and then I'd still be able to recover a little. Nowadays, I just do the damn. I did 10 sets of different shoulder presses. I'm all done. You know, just keep it simple. As you get older, you got to give yourself more time to recover. That's about it. You know, and do less volume. I don't do as much volume. Yeah, you know what? It's good if it's all triceps because bench is is a lot of triceps. The bench press is a lot of triceps. Even my friend Larry Pacifico, the great power lifter, hammered that in my head, man. It's 70% triceps, you know. But yeah, sobriety's been really good for me. When I got sober, I was homeless on and off for about a decade and a half. On and off, like I get an apartment for a couple of months and I ended up losing it. Sleeping in my damn car a little bit. In the woods. I didn't even have a tent. All I had was a tarp. Yeah, it was horrible, you know. It was horrible. And I just couldn't stop, man. I just probably see the booze and the drugs. That's all a symptom of the drugs and the alcohol are just a symptom. They're just they're a self-medicating item, you know, for something that's worse, that's bad. There's an underlying problem why I was doing that, you know. A normal person is not going to drink themselves into homelessness, you know. And there's also what the Big Book of Alcoholics called is the phenomenon of craving. A phenomenon means unexplained. They're starting to really research it now scientifically that a lot of it's genetics, alcoholics. Once we have the phenomenon of craving is once we have one drink or one drug, we want more and more and more until we hit oblivion, they call it. And we can go all the way to the gates of insanity and death with it. I took it to insanity, but obviously I'm sitting here right now, so I didn't take it to death. I came close a few times to death. But yeah, I definitely took my alcoholism and drug addiction to insanity. Yeah, I've been in a couple of nut houses, you know, not for long periods, but a lot of times I'd dry up for a while, and I think I was cured, and then I think I can have a drink here and there, only to end up right back to the same old thing a few months later, you know. Yep. Only an alcoholic can really understand that, or if you have a family member, you'll see it, you know. They'll see it in them. How many people are out there still? Glad to see you made it through the storms. Yeah, it was really, it's really easy now, you know. I don't have any cravings for it. I thank my higher power, Jesus Christ, for that. I rely on my higher power, and my higher power doesn't want me to be all screwed up on alcohol and drugs, you know. God doesn't want that for the human, you know. Congratulations, Carrie the logs. Good job, buddy. Good job, yeah. So I finally got sober when I was in jail. I started reading a lot of literature about getting sober. Congratulations, good job on the breaking through that. Breaking through, what do they call it there? Sticking point. You got through a sticking point. Those suck, man. I've had them. I was stuck with competition with a 350 bench for almost 2 years. I couldn't get 355. I couldn't even get 353, which was because they had kilogram plates. So there were 3 failures with 350 or 352. 3 of them in a row, you know, which spanned almost 2 years. Till I ended up with a 370 bench to break through that plateau. Some plateaus I have is a 600-pound deadlift. I need to break that to 605. Yeah, good job. Yeah, definitely. Yep, you'll get there, buddy. Just keep plugging along. It's a slow process. that rewards us once in a while. Sometimes it doesn't reward us at all for a while, but the rewards will come if you stick with it. You got to be consistent. Don't overtrain. Eat enough, sleep enough. You know, it's pretty simple. That's great. No, that's 17. I couldn't bench 225. My max was only 145 when I was 17. I didn't really train consistently. Yeah, it's not bad for someone that's in their 50s, especially. For someone in their, not that, how many 50-year-old, 50, how many mid 50-year-old guys do you see benching 350 raw, you know, without a slingshot? Welcome. How you doing? Greetings from Algeria, the great country of Algeria. Welcome. Welcome. Yeah. Yeah, I should have gone to. I was pretty close. I was at Gibraltar in '93. Also, I went to Gibraltar, so I was pretty close to Morocco. Pretty close, you know, to Morocco, to that coast. I've been to the Canary Islands. But you know what? Sobriety has been a gift from God for me, though. It really has. You know that? Yeah, I don't care what God you have. You're Muslim, Christian, or Jew. It's good to have something, man. Yes, God bless you. It's good to have God in our lives. Whether it doesn't matter what you are, Muslim, Christian, you know. It's good to have God. We have the same God. We worship it differently. That's all. Even if you read you know, I'm not an expert, believe me, on religion, but if you read the Quran, which I never have, but a lot of it is, you know, a lot of it's pretty similar to the Bible. People don't realize it, you know. And they believe in they believe in Moses. They believe Moses and all that, you know. There's some really good people out there that are Muslim, Christian, you know. It's the fundamentalists that screw things up. Fundamentalists, when they want to kill somebody for their beliefs, you know. Yeah, I would have loved to gone to Algeria or Casablanca. I didn't get to go to Africa, though. Yes, it's in the mind. You're right. Yep, it is. It's not in the books. Correct. You have to have that mindset, you know. Treat others how they want to be, how you'd like to be treated. That's the golden rule. Treat others how you would like to be treated. And I realize myself, if I drink, I cannot treat people how I want to be treated, because I don't treat myself good either, you know. You can't love others if you don't love yourself, you know. And definitely if you're drinking, I was drinking like, you know, a fifth of vodka a day. That's not loving yourself, you know. Yeah, I don't, the only thing I do, I drink coffee. That's about it. Coffee. Not into anything else. I actually have my, I got my 10-year medallion right here from AA. That's the last time I went to a meeting. I got my 10-year medallion right here. I don't know if you can see it, of course. It's a great place to get sober. You know, it helped me get sober. But anyways, this has been a great live stream. I'm gonna go in and get something to eat. It's been a good workout. God bless everybody. I'm glad you're here tonight. We're gonna do this very often now. And what's that? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, God bless you, T-Max. God bless you. I'm gonna go and eat now. I'm gonna right around this time. Look for me. I'll be live again. Thank you, everybody.